Well, the first fight in the crossroads of the well-publicized change for Kenny Florian is a success. Florian looking very good, defeating Clay the Carpenter Guida, and the big right hand set it up. Ken Flo, the victor here tonight in Memphis, Tennessee. Now we move to the welterweight division, and he remains one of the most successful and respected welterweights in the UFC today. Former top contender John Fitch looks to take another step back towards the top as he faces off against Mike Pierce.
John Fitch's rise up the welterweight ranks was done step by step, with one win following the other until he got his shot at the belt. Mike Pierce is hoping to use the same blueprint for success, but to keep moving forward, he must first defeat John Fitch.
That's going to be two great athletes battling out in the center of the octagon tonight, and it's going to be who wants some more at the end of the night, and that's going to be me.
I enjoy welcoming in the new guys and putting an early beat down on them.
A favorite of hardcore fight fans, Mike Pierce finally got his chance to shine on the big stage in 2009 with wins over Justin Haskins and Brock Larson. Tonight, he tries to pull off the trifecta against John Fitch and move into the elite class in the UFC's welterweight division.
I don't mind being the underdog. It's kind of been the story for my last several fights, and I'm going to keep coming out there proving people wrong until I'm number one.
The epitome of steady amongst the UFC's 170-pound stars is John Fitch, who has amazingly won 18 of his last 19 fights dating back to 2003, including back-to-back victories over Akihiro Gono and Paulo Thiago this year. Tonight, he hopes to finish off 2009 with a 3-0 record.
I have to get back on track. I have to take it to Mike Pierce. I have to smash him and finish this fight.
Born in Portland, Oregon, fighting out of Vancouver, Washington. 6-fight win streak, 3 of those wins by TKO. Very strong wrestler, Mike Pierce.
We saw Mike Pierce defeat the very capable Brock Larson in his UFC debut, which is a real big feather in his cap and showed that he can perform under the bright lights of the big show. Besides that, he has 1 victory in the WEC, a 9-2 overall record, not as much experience, of course, as his opponent tonight, John Fitch.
Said he expects a very exciting fight. He knows that Fitch is pretty well-rounded, good ground game, ever-improving stand-up. So Pierce said he's going to be forced to really show a more complete fight game than he has ever shown here in front of our UFC audience. But he's ready, looking forward to some fireworks here tonight.
Well, they both have a very similar style, Mike. Both wrestling-based, both very strong. So this is a really interesting matchup.
Mike Pierce went to Portland State University. He, a union carpenter in the past as well, and looking to remain unbeaten in his young UFC career. Big win in his debut against Brock Larson. Taking on one of the best in John Fitch here tonight in Memphis. UFC 107. Main event later tonight, BJ Penn, Diego Sanchez. For the UFC Lightweight Championship. There's Pierce, here's Fitch. Ten and 1 in his UFC career, 23-3 with 1 no contest in his MMA career. Prior to his loss to George St. Pierre, in the title fight in Minnesota, UFC 87. This is a guy, John Fitch, Joe, who had a 15-fight win streak, 8 straight in the UFC, which at that time tied Royce Gracie's record. It has since been bettered by Anderson Silva.
I mean, that's impressive in and of itself. You know, when you consider what this guy's accomplished in his UFC career, and he's still improving. You know, he's a constant, hard-working man. This dude puts in the time. This dude grinds. He's a very, very experienced MMA fighter as well as a jiu-jitsu black belt, and of course he has a tremendous wrestling base. I watched a documentary today on John Fitch's training in preparation for his fight with Georges St-Pierre. It's called Such Great Heights, and it was really incredible to see the sacrifice and the effort that this guy put in. Watching him spar over and over again with fresh opponents. No shortcuts in this man's career.
Georges St-Pierre still says to this date, John Fitch was my toughest fight. John Fitch at AKA, American Kickbox Academy, Javier Mendez, one of the trainers there, said John wasn't the greatest athlete when he came here, but he has the greatest mind and determination. Dave Camarillo, Guerrilla Jiu-Jitsu, said of John Fitch, he is the most dedicated martial artist I have ever worked with. He doesn't stop, he doesn't quit, he just keeps coming.
Yeah, and he has an indomitable spirit, and he will make men break. That spirit and his drive will break men.
Former captain of the Purdue wrestling team. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight is brought to you by the only motorcycles worthy of the octagon, Harley Davidson. 31 years old as Fitch, 29 years old as Pierce. Fitch is much taller. He will have a 3-inch reach advantage. With the official introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a wrestler, holding a professional record of 9 wins, 2 losses. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Vancouver, Washington, Mike Pierce. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. A mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 23 wins, 3 losses, and 1 no contest. Standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 171 pounds, fighting out of San Jose, California, John Fitch! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Mario Yamasaki.
So Mario Yamasaki, our referee. Good battle here, Pierce and Fitch, Natasha, Logan, our entire UFC crew. In the home of the barbecue and the blues, Memphis, Tennessee. FedEx Forum.
Here we go, first round.
Former top contender.
You ready? Let's
against
go,
the up-and-comer. And here we go. Tonight's clock brought to you by Tap Out, an expression of combat known worldwide, now available at tapout.com.
It's always interesting when you see 2 talented wrestlers fight. You see how they choose to take the battle.
Dark trunks for Fitch, white trunks for Pierce. Fitch says he's got some new tricks here, Joe, that he's about to share with the world.
Catches the leg, Pierce is down. And Fitch has got his back here if he can hang on to it. Pierce is trying to turn that right shoulder into him.
Joe, the UFC Fan Expo returns in 2010 for a jam-packed 2-day event on Memorial Day weekend. Friday and Saturday, May 28th, 29th. At the Mandalay Bay Convention Center in Las Vegas, over 200 exhibitors will feature apparel, electronic gaming, and so much more. He's got a UFCFanExpo.com.
Fitch has got his back. He's got both hooks in now. He's trying to pry him down. He's trying to use his right elbow to force him down. Using his left hand, he's got like a half Nelson. He's trying to push down, push that neck down, and trying to force Mike Pierce down to the mat.
The proud Boilermaker with the Purdue logo on his right shoulder.
What Pierce wants to try to do is he wants to try to shake him off the top. So he wants Fitch to get up high, try to push him off the top, and then try to sneak out the back door. But Fitch is having none of that. Digging deep with those hooks, really controlling the legs of Mike Pierce. And he's softening him up with some punches from underneath.
And a lot of time to work, Joe. Still Lots of time here in round one.
Right, and
3 minutes.
as Pierce pulls away from those punches and moves, that's when Fitch is going to try to snake that arm underneath his chin. See, notice how he hits him with those uppercuts. Notice how Pierce is lifting his jaw. Watch the left hand. When he hits him with the left hand from underneath that armpit, Pierce is lifting his jaw to avoid it. And that's when Fitch is going to try to sneak that arm in. Tried it right there, couldn't get it. He's trying to pry the chin now with his hand.
Interesting to note, Fitch's last 5 fights have gone to decision, including going the 25-minute distance with GSP.
Watch the back of the head, huh?
Trying to stop that streak right here with a first-round submission.
And Fitch is still trying to flatten Pierce out. Pierce has gotten lower, so he's been somewhat successful. He's dropping him down a little bit. Now Pierce is trying to posture back up. Now Fitch has got him nice and low. But Pierce has got one hook free. The right leg is out now. And he's going to use that to try to stand up. Ah, very nice by Pierce. And he's got Fitch on
the takedown. Pierce showed a great base there, Joe, and did not allow Fitch to flatten him out.
And he showed great patience there as well, Mike. He didn't make crucial mistakes. He made sure that he kept his chin down. Even though he got hit with those punches, Fitch kept trying to stick that arm underneath the jaw, and he wasn't having it.
95 seconds remains in the round. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
He showed good technical awareness too there, Mike, because he shook off that hook. And as soon as he did, he used it to stand up. And Fitch stands up as well.
Very dominant position early in the round for Fitch. A little more neutral here as they battle for position up against the cage.
Little blood coming out of the face of Fitch.
And with that, Mario Yamasaki sends him back to the center of the octagon. Under a minute.
Good left hook by Fitch.
Leads with the right. Inside leg kick checked. Fitch caught one on the jaw bit.
Yeah, he charged in there, caught with a counter, but landed a good knee himself, good body kick.
Pierce got some snap, doesn't he? Pierce is a compact, powerful guy, Joe. 5'8".
Fitch shoots in though, telegraphed, and Pierce has a hold of his neck.
First round's going to come to conclusion. Mike Pierce did a nice job of working through a bad position there.
Then push him off of you.
He's cut bad.
Go and get out so the doc can come in. If you want, or the cut guy. Mike, 3 seconds left. There's not enough time to choke him. Just push him off you and blitz his ass, okay? You're not cut. Just needs a little Vaseline. Just a little Vaseline.
I want good punch output. I want hands are up. I want good pressure. Don't settle for the bottom. Keep set up the legs with
Crazy
high,
Bob Cook.
set up the punches and then follow with the kicks. Punches are first.
The growth of the game of John Fitch has been very impressive. Fitch is definitely bigger, Joe. But so far, Pierce able to fight him off.
Here we go, second round, you ready? You ready? Let's go, come on!
All right, round 2.
They've stopped the bleeding and Fitch is cut in between rounds. It didn't seem to be bothering him.
Fitch looking to mix things up here at the beginning of the round. Some of the greatest 170s in the game today, all together in San Jose, California. Cheick, Struve, Fitch. Get some quality training That American Kickbox Academy, that's for sure.
One of the best places in the world, without a doubt. Pierce got a hold of Mike. Excuse me, he got a hold of Fitch, rather. Got him pressed up against the cage. Working those knees to the legs. And one of the things about that camp is there's so many good wrestlers. Between Cheick and Fitch, you know, I mean, training with those guys, you learn to take down defense. It's one of the reasons why Mike Cheick is so difficult to take down.
Cain Velasquez moving up towards the top of the heavyweight ladder, training at AKA as well. Fitch mixing things up again, look for the clinch. Pierce trying to duck under and counter with the uppercut. Second round.
And caught the leg kick, immediately takes him down. And Fitch has got his back again. This time, Pierce very aware of it, avoids that hook. And he's trying to turn around so Fitch can't get it on either side. Fitch is trying to ride that back, though. He's got one. Nope, let it go.
UFCstore.com. Nothing makes an ultimate fighting fan's holiday like a piece of the UFC. The only place to go, UFCstore.com. The sport lives here. I'm going to get you a UFC hoodie for Christmas, Joe.
I think I already got one.
Oh, I'll get you some fight shorts.
Knee attempt by Fitch. So, you know, Pierce is showing some real good defense on the ground, good awareness and composure. But now he's probably thinking twice about throwing that leg kick.
And Fitch took no time at all, as you said, to turn that leg kick into a takedown advantage, John Fitch. What you haven't seen is guys going for the double leg, and you talked about it right at the top. You got two very good wrestlers, and oftentimes those skills will neutralize each other.
Yeah, these guys are catching each other with takedowns more from catching a kick and in the scramble. Oh, good right hand by Pierce.
Fitch, good feint leading to that hook. And the uppercut. Fitch's first fight was in July of 2002 when he took on Mike Pyle. Couple of wins consecutively for Fitch coming into tonight over Akihiro Gono and Paulo Thiago. As I mentioned, 5 straight fights for Fitch have gone the distance. Single.
Takedown and right to the back again.
Got a little time to work again, Joe. Over a minute, 1:15.
And even if he's not able to finish Pierce, he's definitely got a positional advantage in the round. As far as scoring goes, he's winning on that.
Well, he spent the majority of round 1 with a positional advantage.
And this is the John Fitch style. He just grinds, wears on you, stays on you, keeps the pressure on you, forces you to fight his battle, forces you into a battle of wills. Nice knee to the body by Fitch.
Fitch sends a great message to all young athletes that, you know, hard work can take you to the top. He was a walk-on at Purdue, Joe. And by his senior year, he was the captain of the wrestling team.
Yeah, when you talk to Dave Camarillo over at American Kickboxing Academy about Fitch, Fitch is what they consider the captain of the team over at American Kickboxing Academy. He's the guy that talks the less, talks the least, and does the most. And now he's swarming on Mike Pierce. Nice body kick. And again, takedown attempt. When it fails, he lands an uppercut.
Good finish. Good last minute or so for Fitch in that round.
He's not a natural athlete. He's not naturally gifted. He's just incredibly mentally strong.
All right.
More the same.
We're up.
Roll that jab out like offset.
We're up 2, okay?
We'll start in the corner of Fitch.
Nice, quick, tight punching, John. Switch the jabs to lead right sometimes. Keep getting those takedowns when you can, okay?
That big right hand.
Try to keep him off the fence when you're getting the takedown. He's just using that to block his back.
Little break. Keep the pressure on him. Give me a good 5.
All right, good tight.
Don't stop fucking swinging.
Dana's still blowing up Twitter, twitter.com/Dana White.
Better hands.
The
You're
UFC
not gonna
president
finish it with one
giving you
punch.
some updates,
You're
some
not.
insight
Don't hit him
on
one time in a
tonight's
row.
events here
Hit
in
him
Memphis,
10 fucking
Tennessee.
times.
Don't forget, you can get involved as well. UFC
More takes
107
3 fucking hands
real-time conversation. Twitter.com/UFC. Give you some more samples of what our fans around the world are saying on Twitter a little bit later in the show.
Here we go, last round. You ready? Are you ready? Let's go, come on!
Third and final round. Fitch's corner telling him that he's up in this fight. Fitch says, you know what, I want to finish one. It's been a while, and he's looking to finish here early, Joe.
Good body kick and then a knee by Fitch. And he's swinging here. Shoots in again, and when he doesn't get it, he comes up throwing.
Pierce has done a good job of stuffing these takedowns again.
What Fitch does, though, even if you don't get the takedown, is he's making you work.
Yep.
He's making you react to him, and then he's punching you in the face after you do. But Pierce is always dangerous. He's in great condition. He's a powerful guy. He just needs to find an opening and capitalize on it. Right now, Fitch just really isn't giving him much.
Pierce trying to cut it off a little bit.
At this point, Pierce, though, should be a bit desperate, Mike.
I agree.
I mean, if he wants to try to pull out the W, he's got to know he's got to do something. With Fitch riding his back in the first and the second, Pierce has got to do something here.
Well, he cut off the octagon, Joe. Now he's going to try to work the midsection with his opponent up against the fence.
Good elbow by Fitch. Nice knees to the body. Fitch spent a lot of time in Thailand, Mike, after the defeat to George St. Pierre, really trying to tighten up his Muay Thai and get his mind clear. Was really depressed after that loss and really needed some time to get away and refocus himself and work on his stand-up in the process.
Spent about a month in Thailand prior to that fight with Akihiro Gono, coming off the loss to GSP, as Joe talked about.
Good knees there to the leg by Pierce.
Hard work beats talent when talent refuses to work hard.
The problem is when you get talent that works hard.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
George St. Pierre. Great point.
Oh, good left hook.
Fitch got caught. 2.5
cut.
You know what, you had just talked about, maybe Pierce should start thinking with a little bit more desperation. Looks like he's turning it up a little bit here, Joe.
Yeah, he's got to realize he's got to do something drastic here.
Fitch has a reach advantage, trying to keep his opponent outside still.
Head kick by John Fitch.
Under 2 minutes now. Tucking that chin and coming forward is Pierce.
Another thing that Fitch said after the loss of GSP is that he's working on trying to be a better athlete, trying to move better.
You want to talk about a tremendous athlete, his teammate Josh Koscheck.
Oh, yeah. And again, Fitch with the takedown. Pierce struggling to get back up. Fitch got to hold that ankle. He's going to try to get that back again, Mike.
Had it for the majority of round 1. Pierce pounding away, trying to get Fitch to loosen up the grip.
And Fitch riding that back again. Real careful, though. Notice how he let go of that. He was worried about he was going to go over the top. Wants to make sure he doesn't get too high on the back. Pierce is out of it.
Pierce was trying to finish and utilize something that we've seen before from Fitch, and that is on the exit. Let's go ahead and throw one strike, see if it connects. Ah, there you go.
Nice leg kick by Pierce.
35 seconds remains in the fight.
Nice knee. Oh, good body kick. Got body punch.
He got him
Now
again,
Pierce
Joe.
got him.
Fitch is getting buckled here. Good finish by Pierce.
Pierce is really turning on.
Yeah.
Fitch is trying to hang on, Mike.
Literally trying to hang on. 15 seconds.
I wonder if Pierce knows how hurt Mike he's got. John Fitch appears to be wobbled here, Mike.
Uppercut. Will it be enough?
Man, tremendous heart by Mike Pierce. Really trying to take it to John Fitch.
Well, he picked his time properly, Joe. He looked to finish the fight in round 3, and he had his opponent wobbled a bit, but we will go to the judges' scorecard.
He gave it everything he had, Mike, and really had him wobbled a little bit towards the end.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability, a little dirty boxing here.
And here's a nice knee. And this is one of the things we saw in this fight. A big improvement. The knees, a lot of leg kicks. The Muay Thai of Fitch really came along. But look at that. That's a left hook that wobbled him. His legs gave out there, Mike. And Pierce just jumps on him, catches him with a bunch of shots. Fitch holds on for dear life and gets through the round.
Yeah, let's see who the judges favor in this, the 6th straight fight to go to decision for John Fitch.
Good fight. Don't worry about it.
Dave Camarillo, Bob Cook.
Thank you.
Fitch, the first man to start as a white belt under Dave Camarillo and to earn his black belt in what Dave calls guerrilla jiu-jitsu. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, John Fitch!
So as Joe talked about, very likely rounds 1 and 2 to Fitch, round 3 to Pierce. Fitch earns the victory. Here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with the winner, John Fitch. John, excellent performance tonight over a very tough guy that a lot of people don't know about in Mike Pierce. You know, you got to be happy with your performance tonight.
Yeah, pretty good. I wish you could have picked the pace up a little bit more. I think getting cut in the first few seconds freaked me out a little bit. But he's a tough guy, bright future. We'll be seeing a lot more from him.
Towards the end of the round, the last round, it looked like he caught you with a hard shot. How badly were you hurt?
No, I mean, I was fine. I've gotten hit hard before. I knew I only had a few seconds left. I just didn't want to get caught with the follow-up.
Well, congratulations on another great performance, another victory. Look forward to seeing you again. John Fitch, ladies and gentlemen.
Victorious tonight, John Fitch. That's 3 in a row since his loss to GSP. Fitch earns the unanimous decision, 29-28 on all 3 judges' scorecards. Of course, Dana's tweeting. Our fans all over the world are tweeting. Joe, here's a sample of what some of our fans are saying on Twitter. Only during a UFC fight will someone lose a piece of their tooth, not even blink. You guys are really focused. You guys should say Merry Christmas, my brother Raymond McCrary, all the troops overseas. We do wish our best to all of them. If you ain't watching at UFC 107, you fail at more than life.
And those are only the ones without swear words.
Yeah. Our troops in attendance today, UFC 107 real-time tweets. Twitter.com/UFC. Fans here in Memphis loving the show so far. We want to congratulate our friends over at THQ for picking up the best individual sports game of the year earlier tonight at the Video Game Awards for UFC 2009 Undisputed, available on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 platforms. Gamers can choose between more than 80 UFC fighters, use 6 MMA disciplines to finish their opponent by TKO, KO, or submission. Available now at a very low price. Makes a great gift. It's a cool video game. Congratulations to and Antoine and Nevin and all our good friends at THQ who worked so hard to put the game together. Now it's time for the feud to end and the fight to begin. Mir and Kongo.
I want to make a statement.
What a performance by Frank Mir.
He'll never be the same human being when I get out of that cage with him.
There he goes. Beautiful jiu-jitsu.
It could be the last time he ever gets to compete as an athlete.
No.
Down he goes. Kongo connected with the right.
He's not a champion. He's just a big mouth, and I'm gonna show you who I am.
Cheick Kongo is swarming on.
Wow, what a pace.
Cheick Kongo is one of the most devastating ground and pound fighters in the game.
Kongo. Vicious ground and pound. And it is all over.
I can beat Cheick 3 or 4 or 5 different ways. Cheick Kongo has too many holes in his game.
Oh, again. That's it. Unbelievable.
My long-term goal is Brock Lesnar's demise. Short-term goal is to go ahead and give Cheick Kongo his walking papers and finish this off for good.
I guarantee you, this one isn't going to a decision. Somebody's getting knocked out or submitted.
I don't care what you convince a deer how fast it can run. I'm still a tiger, and he's still the prey.
You talk too much. Be careful. It's gonna be the end of the reign of the big mouth, Frank Mir. That's it.
Ability of Cheick Kongo has never been in question.
Well, not just lethal striking ability, not just power, but tremendous heart, Mike. And we saw that in the loss to Cain Velasquez. Sometimes you learn more from a fighter watching them lose. He took that fight on 2 weeks' notice, didn't have a chance for a real proper training camp, and got beat up by Cain Velasquez. Got taken down, got hit with over 200 unanswered punches on the ground, and never even came close to quitting. I mean, the guy has a tremendous warrior spirit.
He has never been submitted. He is very angry, as you heard. He feels disrespected. And it's interesting, you say you learned a lot from that fight against Cain Velasquez. Did Cheick Kongo, even in defeat, jump up his own self-confidence because he was able to survive through a very tough fight?
Well, his problem has always been his grappling, Mike. He's such a tremendous striker, but, you know, the really elite grapplers like the Cain Velasquez, those are the guys that have given him problems. He has never been submitted in the UFC bout before, but he did get caught in an armbar by Christian Welch, and Christian made a rookie mistake of not pulling on the armbar until the referee came. He thought it was over, almost like had a sparring mentality, and because of that, Kongo was out, he exploded out of it, got out, and beat Welch down. You can't question the man's conditioning, his power, his strikes are deadly. Even in the Cain Velasquez fight where he was overwhelmed, he dropped Cain on 2 separate occasions and had him very badly hurt.
Well, of all the weapons at his disposal, Kongo's knees in the clinch may be the most devastating. He's got the 3rd highest ratio of knees to body in the clinch to total strikes landed. And right now, Cheick Kongo, Joe, stands as the 4th most accurate striker in UFC history.
He's also very, very motivated for this fight, Mike. There's been so much trash talk. You know, Frank Mir gets under people's skin, and, you know, whether it helps or hurts, we're going to find out.
Training at the Wolf's Lair in Liverpool, England. Born and raised in Paris, France, Cheick Kongo. Kongo wants to send a message and shut the mouth, as he says, of Frank Mir. Frank Mir's father, Frank Sr., lifelong martial artist himself, has come back into the fighting life of Frank. You know, I guess, Joe, this is the night of camp changes and guys looking for new avenues to improve. Frank Mir was with Ken Hahn for a long time. He left Striking Unlimited, and as I said, his father, along with Jimmy Gifford and some of the members of Mark Delagrati's team, have really helped to sharpen the striking of Frank Mir.
Well, I think the loss to Brock Lesnar has really awakened the beast inside of Frank Mir. We saw in the countdown show, the strength and conditioning program of Frank Mir, the first one he's ever undergone. And you see the gains that he's making. 265 pounds now with low body fat. He looks huge. And that's what he's gonna need for the big boys in this division. His grappling has always been tremendous, and we've seen his striking improve, of course, with the Nogueira stoppage. He looked outstanding on his feet in that fight.
Frank Mir said for the first time he has separated his strength and conditioning from the rest of his workouts. Stepping in to the Harley-Davidson prep point, Frank said before, you know, I'd hit the pads and I'd work some cardio after, maybe do some abs, some light lifting. Now, though, there's strength and conditioning separate from his grappling, separate from his striking practice.
Well, at the elite level of the sport, you have to do everything in order to compete. There's just no shortcuts. There's no ways around it. You see that man behind him, Robert Drysdale, top-notch jiu-jitsu instructor, working with him on his jiu-jitsu and his ground game. Frank's sporting some new ink on his back.
His boxing coach, Jimmy Gifford. Jimmy Gifford told me Frank's going to look for some head movement early, but first opportunity, make no mistake, Frank Mir's going to look to take this fight to the ground.
He's got some serious new tattoos on his back.
Win or lose, Mir's fights, at least historically, Joe, have never lasted too long. Only one of his 16 career bouts has made it past the second round. Of his 13 UFC fights, the average length is just 4 minutes and 4 seconds.
Well, Frank is one of the rare large men that is really good off of his back. And the reason why he's so good off of his back is because he's a very intelligent guy. He knows that he's bigger than most guys, and he can put most guys on their back. But what happens when a guy puts him on his back? Well, he became deadly from his guard. He's a very tactical guy.
Frank Mir has earned more wins by submission than any heavyweight in UFC history.
You can really see in his physique, Mike, all the dense muscle that he's put on throughout his back and shoulders. The real question is, will that slow him down? Will that take away at all from his conditioning? I don't think it will because of the way he put it on and what he did to put it on. He went through a program, a strength and conditioning program, not just lifted weights, but tried to build up his muscular endurance in the process.
And trust me, while he will not look past tonight's opponent, Cheick Kongo, the reason he's putting on that muscle is because his fight life right now is all about revenge, all about another battle against UFC heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight collision is brought to you by the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon, Harley-Davidson, 30-year-old American, 34-year-old Frenchman, 6'4", 6'3", about the same. And now look how much bigger Mir is going to be than Kongo, who weighed in officially yesterday, 239. He will have a 3-inch reach advantage. With our official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. Brought to you by Tap Out, an expression of combat known worldwide, now available at tapout.com. And StubHub, the world's largest ticket marketplace and the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the UFC. And now, 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a freestyle fighter holding a professional record of 24 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw. Standing 6 feet 4 inches tall, he weighed in at 239 pounds. Fighting out of Paris, France, Cheick Kongo. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 12 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 264 1/2 pounds. fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC heavyweight champion, Frank Mir! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Herb Dean.
All right, gentlemen, we've gone over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're going to keep it clean. Touch gloves, make it official.
No touching of the gloves.
That's a proper stare down, which we did not see at the weigh-ins yesterday.
Yeah, Cheick Kongo didn't even want to look at him in the weigh-ins.
Mir, Kongo. Heavyweight battle. UFC 107, FedEx Forum, Memphis, Tennessee.
What's interesting in this fight, Mike, is that Mir said that he's not averse to standing up with Cheick Kongo.
Fight clock brought to you by Tap Out Joe, sorry.
He feels that he is a better boxer. He thinks Cheick Kongo has some good kicks, but he feels that he's a better boxer than Cheick Kongo.
Southpaw Frank Mir. We really saw him start to display his stand-up skills in that fight against Minotauro Nogueira. Black and white trunks for Mir. Kongo in the red trunks.
Kongo has a vicious right hand.
And some wicked kicks as well. But the kick could make him susceptible to the takedown, so it'll be interesting to see if he goes that way. As I said, Jimmy Gifford said, watch for Frank Mir to utilize a lot of head movement early. Try to get inside and... Big left hand!
This is it!
Mir looking to finish quickly!
He's got Kongo's neck, Mike! He's
trying to submit Cheick Kongo!
Let me tell you something, Kongo's in some serious trouble right here.
Head movement, left hand.
Even with half guard. It would be better if he got full guard, but even with half guard.
Kongo trying to survive the early onslaught.
Frank has a deep, deep guillotine here. He's got left. He's out.
It is all over! Frank Mir submits Cheick Kongo.
Wow, Kongo is still out cold. He is still asleep. His toes are curled, and he's out like a light, still.
He just opened his eyes.
Man!
His father, Frank Sr.
Wow!
Huge left hand, wow!
I'm telling you, this Brock Lesnar loss was probably the best thing that could have happened to Frank Mir.
Frank showing great class, checking on his opponent, Cheick Kongo. Take a look at our fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
And here we see the big left hand of Frank Mir. Finally, they're embracing in the octagon. He drops him with the left hand, had him badly hurt. Let's take a look at it again. Vicious left hand.
Joe, just like Gift told me, head movement, boom.
And once he got a hold of that neck, Frank Mir, one of the most talented submission artists in the sport. You do not want that guy squeezing on your neck.
Frank Mir defeats Cheick Kongo. Kongo was definitely not going to tap. Instead, it was lights out. Kongo's okay. Mir and Kongo embraced. All the talking is over. Two classy fighters. Frank Mir is motivated. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 12 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by submission, Frank Mir!
The new and improved former heavyweight champ. Here's
All right, I'm here with the former champ, Frank Mir. Easily one of the most impressive performances of your career. Your entire career, you've always been incredibly talented, but now you've got the hard work to go with that talent, and man, is it paying off.
Yeah, talent will only take you so far. I really am trying to put in the hard work to deserve what it takes to be a champion in this sport. The fans are my critics. I read what they say. I always want to come out and be oppressive for them. I'm a fighter at the end of the day. If I don't hear this, it ain't worth it.
Well, you're hearing it tonight, and take a look at the big screen at your handiwork. You dropped him with a vicious left hand.
Yeah, he's a European-style boxer. He had a very erect stance. Jimmy Gifford, And I, you know, Richie work a lot more American-style boxing. So I knew if I slipped my head to the right, he would look down, stay erect, and I would be able to fire overhand left.
And as soon as you got him down, you got a hold of his neck, and you don't want you on anybody's neck.
No, you know, he's a big, powerful guy. I didn't really want to let that choke go and have him grounding and pounding me. That's kind of a position I don't really enjoy anymore. So I figured I'd go and put him to sleep, like I said I would in the weigh-ins.
Well, listen, that was an amazing performance against top contender. Obviously, you are very motivated to get back to Brock Lesnar. It showed in the Countdown show with your strength and conditioning program. Give us your thoughts right now. How do you feel?
Brock, on a personal level, hey, I really do hope that Brock Lesnar is healthy. He's a father. I wish no ill will on him. That being said, get healthy so that I can redeem myself and face you. I will hurt you, and that will be the last of it.
Frank Mir, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome, brother. Awesome.
New and improved and extremely motivated with his father in his corner. Congratulations to Frank Mir. He wants another shot at the big man, Brock Lesnar. He earns the victory in 1 minute and 12 seconds tonight, defeating Cheick Kongo.
He has enormous